Hello and welcome to the part 1 of report building with Power BI. So we are working with our AdventureWorks dataset. So we have gone through the various stages of preparing our data, creating the data model, and then working with DAX to create calculated columns and measures. So we are up to date with the required format of the data, which is good for us to create the reports. So here is my data. So I have shown all the demonstrations in my previous videos, and you can go ahead and create all the measures over here. So you can see I have created exactly all the fields that I would need as KPIs in my report. So yeah, so as I will be using them, you will get to know about these as well, and you can go ahead and use the measures creation in DAX to create these measures. So let us get started. So for our AdventureWorks, our purpose to create this report is to report to a middle level management in order to let them know about the KPIs, the major KPIs of our business, as well as let them know about the customer demography, the product details, as well as the geographical distribution of our products or geographical distribution of the sales of our products in various regions. So we are going to divide our report into 4 portions. The first portion, as you can see, I have already written over here, is the executive dashboards. So this one will be a very high level dashboards, which is going to show us the major KPIs, the major products, as well as few of the trends, and we will also give an option to navigate to the other pages. So let us go ahead and create this report one by one. The series of this report building is going to browse you through all the report building elements. So let us create the further pages. I'm going to rename the pages as the second page I'm going to rename as the map, where we will show the geographical maps and the distribution of the products and all those details. The third page I'm going to name as product details. So here we will be talking about the product related KPIs, the details of the products, their distribution and all that stuff. And the fourth one as the customer details, where we will be talking about the customer demography as well as the customer centered sales values and the profit values. So these are our 4 pages that we have created. Now let us go ahead and create the background, the layout of our first page, and we are going to copy the same layout on our other pages as well. So as a layout, like it could be, you can brainstorm over the layout of your report with your team if you are working in for an actual project, and then you can finalize the report. Sometimes in an organization, the report the report theme is already set, so you can reuse that particular theme. Over here, because we are having a free hand, so we are deciding our theme on our own. So let us go ahead and create these report elements. So I will be largely working with the visualization panel, as you can see over here. So visualization panel is going to offer me with all the visuals that I need for my report. Remember, there are hundreds of visuals out there, and but all our basic stuff is communicated through the visuals which are provided by default by Power BI. Of course, for more impressive and more interactive report building, you can use some of the paid visuals. You can use the subscription based visuals as well. And over here is our data section, where you can see all our data, all our pre-processed and modeled data is over here. Here a very important portion is our measures table, which I talked about in my previous session. But of course my measure table contains all the other measures which I need for creating these reports. So let us go ahead. Here we will be working on the insert tab. So you can have a look at the insert tab closely. So you can see insert tab contains, new visual through which, this is also a way through which you can create a visual. And apart from it, there is, a separate section for AI visuals, a separate section to link it with Power Automate, although it is not in the scope of our course as of now. And then the various elements. So these elements are the ones which help us shape our report apart from the visuals. So, we cannot just throw in the visuals and just create a report. We will need some of the text boxes, some of the variety of the shapes in our report to make it look more cohesive, as well as make it look more professional and impressive. So let us go ahead and import the image of our logo first. And as I told you that we will also have a navigation panel, a vertical navigation panel on the left hand side. So I'm going to create both these things. So for image, I have just visited the Kaggle website over where the AdventureWorks logo is available for free. So I'm giving credits to Kaggle over here, and we can use it for learning purposes free, free of cost. So although it is a copyrighted thing, but we can use it for learning purposes by giving them the proper credits. So I'm just using my own designing to put up this logo in place. So this is the logo that I will put in order to refer to my AdventureWorks report. Also, I will have a vertical panel through which I can navigate, although we can also navigate by clicking on these, but it's better to, it's more professional to put a navigation panel through which you can navigate between various pages. So let us check that out. So I'm going to insert a shape over here, maybe a rectangle shape over here, and I'm going to resize and I'm going to resize it to fit to my vertical panel. Okay, so it is going to be a vertical navigation bar. Right now, I'm not putting any controls in it, just putting it like this. Okay, so you can reshape it and everything. And this is the vertical menu. Okay, now the colors are looking little bit off. So we can, of course, format these visuals. So just to format any visual, just double click it. As you double click it, you are going to see that there is a format shape menu is what opens up. So here under the style, you can do all the formatting. Okay, please check out the other options as well. But for me, the style option is what I will need. So I'm going to use this gray kind of color for all my elements out here. So I'm going to click here and make it a gray color. Okay, so it's very important that apart from all the correct elements, you also make your report look more cohesive, more together by the work of these elements, as well as cohesion with colors and fonts. So please remember to use the similar palette of the colors and the fonts. So this is what my reports theme will look like. Let us copy the same elements on our other pages as well. So I'm going to click on the vertical bar. I'm going to press the Ctrl C on my keyboard and paste it on the map visual. Okay, so as you press Ctrl V, it is going to paste on your other pages as well. So we don't have to do the hard work of creating it on each of the pages. Just format it on one page and copy paste it on the others. Similarly with the logo as well. So I'm going to press Ctrl C and copy it and press Ctrl V to put it on the other pages. It is going to put exactly on the same location on the other pages. So yes, so this is our initial canvas. As you can see, I have specially put up my zoom level to 80% so that the whole canvas is visible to me. It's always a good idea to make the whole canvas. The dotted one is where your actual report will be put. Okay, so yeah. So let us now go ahead and create the initial element. So here the format of visualization according to which we are going to sync our report is the F way of visualization. The F way of visualization says that we are going to begin, a viewer always begins looking from the top row, okay, towards from left side to right side, and then they move down and again look at the elements below it and so on. Okay, so this way of looking is known as an F way. Okay, it's a natural way of looking by humans. There is also a Z way of looking, but this one is the more common one. So always remember the most important elements in your report, which are important with the perspective of the stakeholder for which you are creating the report, you have to put on the top row. Okay, and then you can put up the other elements as you go down. So I would suggest that we put up the more detailed elements as we go down the report. Okay, so here we are going to put up the important KPIs for our business, the high level KPIs for our business. And for any business, the KPIs that we work upon are revenue, profit, orders, and return rate. So we are going to put all these over here. So let me first create an element for that over which we are going to put these. So I'm going to use a rounded rectangle. You can follow the same theme as I'm doing and later you can work around or play around with the colors and all. Okay, so I'm just putting a rounded rectangle button over here to put up my 4 KPIs. Again, we can, style this particular. So as you double click on it, automatically the format shape menu will open. If this is minimized, please click over here and maximize this. Okay. Yeah. And according to your version of your Power BI, sometimes the context menu on the over here also opens. So my version of Power BI, I think, is of 2024. So it is showing a separate panel for formatting and visualization. So I'm going to go in the style again, make it the same gray color. Okay. And this is the visual that I'm going to put over here on the top. Okay. And you can see these dotted lines is navigating me to put it exactly in sync with my logo. Now we want four such elements, so no need to create them again and again. Just copy it using Control C and paste it 4 times. Okay, so we will have a combination of four elements over here. No need to align them a lot. I'll show you how we can align them more efficiently. So I have put these four elements. These four will contain the four important KPIs in our business. Now let us first format them. So I'm going to select all of them together. So you can see how I'm selecting them. I'm putting my mouse over here and dragging it over all four. So all of them are selected. Once all of them are selected, we are going to go under the you know uh, format shape. Okay, we are going to go under the format menu, and from the alignment we are going to align them. So I'm going to distribute them horizontally, which will make sure that they are equally aligned, and I'm also going to align them on top. Okay, so with these two options, they are properly aligned horizontally as well as on the top row commonly. Okay, so yes, so Power BI indeed provides us with enough elements to format our report. So these are the four blank boxes that we have created. They don't contain any data as of now. Okay. Now to insert the data in it, the visual that we are going to use and which is the topic of this demonstration is the card visual. So in this particular video, I'll be showing you how we can use card visual, and I will use card visuals over other pages as well. So let us go ahead and check out the card visual. So here is my card visual that I will use. Here you can see this ABC over here. So this, 1, 2, 3 named block is a card visual. Even when you take your mouse pointer over it, it is going to show you that it's a card visual. Just click on it and it will create an empty card. So just reshape it to make it an appropriate shape. Okay, till now we have not dragged any data in it. Okay, now the four things that we will need are the total revenue, total profit, total number of orders, and the return rate. So let us drag and drop these things one by one and create four card visuals. So I'm going to create the first card visual. Please click the card visual and you will see that it is asking you for the fields. Okay, so remember, whenever you are creating any visual in Power BI, when you want to populate it with data, click on it, and then corresponding fields that are required for that visuals will open up. Okay, gradually we will see that if it's a line chart, what fields does it ask for, if it's a table, matrix. So for different kind of visuals, different kind of fields will be asked from us to be supplied. So here there is only one field that is asked, which is a field that you want to show. So let us click over here, and you know that our data set is too huge. We cannot go on searching over it. So we can click over here and look for the word revenue. Okay. So as you click on revenue, okay, you see that there is total revenue that is appearing. Okay. So it's a measure that I have created. So if you have not created such measure in your dataset, please do it using DAX. So I'm going to drag and drop the total revenue over here. Okay, as I drag and drop total revenue over here, it shows to me something like this. Okay, now I can format this visual. So just click on it and go to this panel. So the data is in there. Now let us format it as well. So we are going to click here and format our visual. Okay, so to format any visual, please click on the visual. This is the first step. And when you click on the visual, you have to go in the visualization panel and over this formatting option. Let me show you how it looks like. So I'm going in here and show you the formatting option. It is going to show us what font and size do you want for this thing to appear. So you can change the font if you want. So I'm keeping it normal Arial only. Okay. You can work around with the fonts and all as well. You can select the color of the font as well. So I'm selecting the color which stands out on this. So you can also go to more colors and look for a brighter shade of the color, which suits your requirement. So I'm going to select a color which is something like this and OK. And then we can also go to category label, and for category label, which is the total revenue, here also I can change the color. I can select the same color over here. I can make it bold. Okay, so total revenue will also look bold and in sync with here. Okay, if you want a contrast color of total revenue, you can select a slightly different color. Okay, remember we are going to place it on the gray colored background. Okay, so select the colors in that way so they are visible properly. So these are the visual options. Also, you can go to general option, and here you can also work on the effects. So please turn off the background effect because we want this black background to appear. So please remember to put off this background effect. Okay, so put off the background effect if you want to have like visual border and all is not required. Now we will also go to data format. Okay, in the data format, please make it as currency. Okay, when you make it a currency, because my locale is English India, it is showing me in this way. You can make it to US. Okay, English USA. So English USA is usually the first few options. So make it as English USA so that it is visible in the same manner to us all. Okay, and you can make number of decimal places to two places after decimal, one place after decimal, depends on you. Okay, if it is looking too big to you, you can even reduce the font size to 40. Okay, to make it appear properly. Okay, so remember we are formatting only our card visual now. The important things to work around is working with the uniform colors and then working with the proper date format, data format. So data format we want is dollar, which we have got from the this portion, which is the data format. Okay, so here I have made it as currency and English United States. After decimal I have put up two places. Okay, so now my card visual is ready to be put over the background that I have created. You might need a slight shifting of here and there. So yes, so with this few shifting, you can see now my first KPI is properly visible on my first rectangle shape that I have created. Let us go ahead and create our next KPIs also. Now, no need to do all this hard work again. As I told you, you can select this card visual, copy it and paste it over here. Okay. So paste it 3 times so that we can have the KPI of all the other things that we have decided, and it will have exactly the same format. Okay. So let us do the second one, which is the profit. So I am going to again go in my data section. Here I will write profit, or I will write total profit. So as I'll write total profit, again the same measure I have created with total profit, I am going to drag and drop it in the field. So what it will do, it will replace the total revenue with total profit. Now you can put it over here as total profit. So you see, although this thing looks so polished and like so hard worked on, but we are working smartly on it and creating our visuals. Similarly, to work on the total orders, please type over here total orders and this thing will be visible to you. Drag and drop it here and total orders will also be created. Okay, yes. And similarly, we want the total return rate. So I'm going to type on return rate. So you can see this is the return rate which I'm going to drag and drop here. Okay. So, oh, sorry. I have, so return rate I have dragged and dropped here by mistake. So I'm going to, so remember you have to select the correct visual to put up your stuff. Okay. So I have mistakenly put it over the third visual itself. Yeah, so no problem. I'm going to drag and drop here and this is my total orders. Okay, so please make sure that you are doing your formatting properly, and yeah, it is going to take up all the default formats. Yes, so these are the 4 KPIs that I have created. They might look slightly up and down, so please feel free to format them to fit to our formatting needs and the purpose. Okay, so it's a bit time consuming process, but yeah, you can do it, have some patience and do it. Okay, also you can change these total revenue and all these things from your general tab. So instead of having the total revenue and total this thing, you can only have revenue over here. Okay. Profit on the second one, and so on. Okay, so please find these options over here and change these stuff as well. All right. Let us now also add some of the cards in our customer details this thing. So I'm not going to again work hard on it. I'm going to copy paste the same visual from here and I'm going to paste it over here. Okay, so I'm going to copy. You can copy both the elements. Yeah, just select them like this. So it is going to copy both the elements, copy them and paste them on the customer table. Okay, so two elements I will need on my uh, customer details panel. So these are the two things that I will need. So I'm going to select both and I'm going to again go to the uh, format tab and align them, distribute them horizontally. Okay, so it's like 4 elements. Okay, so let us not, yeah, just copy paste them right now and we'll do the formatting of it gradually. Okay, yeah, so now it looks okay. So here we are going to put up two figures, which are the total customer numbers and total revenue per customer or average revenue per customer. So I'm going to select the first card visual and here I'm going to go to this portion and instead of this I'm going to click on total customers. Okay, so total customer is again a measure that I have already created. I am going to drag and drop it here. So it is showing me there are 17,000 total customers. And here I am going to click on the second card and here I will have the average revenue per customer. You can see average revenue per customer. So I have simply applied some formulas, divided the total revenue by total customers and so on. So these formulas enable me to create these measures. Okay, otherwise, until you have thought this through in your DAX portion, so at the time of reporting, it will be difficult for you to create this. Then you might have to again revisit the DAX and create a lot of measures. So yes, so I'm dragging and dropping it here. So you can see this is the average revenue per customer. All right. So yes, so these are the four, these are the visuals that we have created. And that's it for this video. We're going to meet in another one to have a look at the charts.